A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the line.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Jordan is out there with Green, and it's Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 1 spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Beverly in at the point. Now here's Beverly. Leonard kicks to Morris. It's stolen by Green. Here's KD. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Outside, George. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
And the shot goes down.
When you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Harden scanning the floor. Jordan trying to free himself up. Harden can't hit. And it's the Clippers' ball. Here's Beverly. Out to Morris. Uncovered. And that one goes long.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Leonard. On the wing, George. And he makes that one.
Well, when Paul George has that kind of length and then has the high release point that he does, very few people are going to get to it to block a mid-range jumper like that.
Dinwiddie against Beverly. Dinwiddie passes to Green. Feeds it to Jordan. That shot misses. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Now the pass to Beverly. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. The 3 from George. Can't get the tip in. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Pass to Harden. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And Beverly kicks to Cousins. Beverly against Irving.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Wide open look, and the jumper falls for him.
Kyrie's such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly, and then gets to the right spot in transition.
Beverly up top, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Irving kicks to Durant. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Pass to Kennard. Misses the 3.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Durant. Here's Irving. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Man passes to Cousins. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And that one drops for him.
I think this is where Cousins operates best. Comfortable using his size and comfortable in the painted area.
Harden outside. Passes it to Claxton. Kicks it out to Harden. From deep three-point range, Cousins pulls it in. Kennard, the pass to Man. The three. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And it seems like players are constantly...
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had...
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area, really keeps the defense honest.
Oh, man, that is just easy for him out there. At his size, with that kind of touch, that is money.
Irving against Jackson. Here's Claxton, and the pass to Griffin. Clock at 4, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, though he spends a lot more time, at least in recent seasons, on the perimeter, Griffin's bread and butter still can be around the rim.
Now Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Cousins, and again the Clippers good for 2.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
And here's Irving. He dishes it to Brown. Back to Irving. Goes up on the high post. And that one is off. The Clippers go the other way with it. Jackson kicks to Kennard. They get it back. Here's Cousins. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
There's just no question about Boogie Cousins and how elite he is as a talent in this league, especially at his position. A bruising, powerful center who can do just about everything you want offensively.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Reggie Jackson. Leonard, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Kennard. High post, KD. Leonard's there. Here's Jordan. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Nobody near Leonard. A miss that time would have put him up. And so Green will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. On the wing, Green. Down low. Here's KD. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Durant's got 6. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are three guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Jordan dishes to Dinwiddie. Outside Durant. 51 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Back to Brown over Morris. And it's Brown that time on the assist by Durant. And it's a 4-point Nets lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
George with no one around. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Jordan the pass to Dinwiddie. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
The deep three from George. His three-pointers off the mark. And so it's Brooklyn with us.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They had a 4-point advantage at the end. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
And, you know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Brooklyn now, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Durant is out there with Green. Then it's Harden, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. Nets leading by 8. KD looking around. Outside, Green. And there's the feed to Jordan. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And it's sent back by KD. Harden outside. The pass to Green. George against Harden. They kick it out to Green. Dinwiddie passes to KD. Launches it. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Clippers trail by 8.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And that one, good.
That's Kawhi pushing the action all by himself there, attacking inside and starting to take charge.
Outside Jordan, KD on the wing. Takes the 13-footer, and he hits the jump shot. George has got his second basket.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Harden outside. He kicks it to Green. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Back to Green. Durant, the pass to Green. Jordan trying to free himself up.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The Clippers trail. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. George way outside. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find him.
Durant against Leonard. Fires at the elbow. KD with the bucket. And it's an 8-point Nets lead.
It's just lethal. Once Kevin Durant gets into that spot, he can rise up, and it's pretty much going to go in.
George dishes to Ibaka. And stolen by Jordan. Durant kicks to Green. Pass to Harden. From outside the arc. Morris with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And Durant sends it back. Ibaka the pass to Leonard. Offensive rebound. And Ibaka is right there.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Dinwiddie drives in. Durant up top. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. Obs it up for Jordan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This is his first free throw of the game. First free throw is good, and it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Pass to Kennard for 3. Cranes the three-pointer. Kennard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Over to the wing. Here's Claxton. He's guarded by Cousins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Griffin is physical right there, bumping in and picking up a personal.
Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Clippers trail by 7. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. There's the dish to Brown. Left side Irving. On the wing, Irving. From the arc. And that one released in time, but no good. The third quarter comes to a close. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Mann in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Irving looking for an opening. Durant down low. Covered by Morris. 5 on the clock. Pulls it from 20. Durant. That's good. And the Nets lead by 5. And here is Los Angeles now. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Now here's Beverly. To the inside. Here's Kennard. And he banks in the layup.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Brooklyn making some changes. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Kevin Durant. From 17 feet out, Irving can't get it to go.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
On the wing, Batum. Kennard with the ball. Inside. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Zubac.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Here's Irving, and the rejection by Cousins.
I like it. Cousins making impact on the defensive end. Nice to have a rim presence and blocks that shot away.
Jackson passes to Batum. Back to Jackson. To take the lead. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 1 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Irving passes to Griffin. Pulls up on the elbow. The shot's good from Irving. And the Nets lead by 1.
Appreciate the mentality of Kyrie at this point, embracing the moment. He'll take the big shot.
There's the pass to Kennard. The 3. The shot comes out. Nets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown. And George, here we go. It's stolen by Green. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way.
DeAndre Jordan has seen these moments before. Not usually the guy called upon, but, man, delivering in a big spot.
Leonard inside. KD's on it. And the shot goes in.
Big stakes, big bucket. Ibaka showing he has the mettle to rise to the challenge.
Here is Harden. 59 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Jordan finds Harden. KD on the wing. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. So far in the 4th quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Leonard on the wing. Guarded by KD. Leonard attacking, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Jeff Green picks one up.
That aggressive mindset of his. Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're up by 1. 29 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
And definitely, they got to get that defensive strategy in place. You have to play it smart. A stop probably wins the game for them, but they cannot afford a foul.
Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Outside Irving. And Harden now, top of the key. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George, just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
8 seconds left in the game. They get the rebound. Short, and an intentional foul right there. It's the first that gives them the lead.
Well, the adventure begins when DeAndre gets to the line, but I think he's wanting to work hard on his free throws, so it's not a substitution in the last 2 minutes of a game. He wants to get confident stepping up and knocking them down.
That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 2. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the bucket.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Now here's Jones. Portland moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Powell for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. To the middle, here's Lillard, and he makes good on the layup.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Jackson against Lillard. Pass to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Jackson against Lillard. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Powell kicks to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Oh, Leonard in position. Pass to Covington. Powell for 3. Morris with the rebound. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Nobody near George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
You have got to be aware of Paul George. He is a knockdown shooter from deep.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to Lillard. The jump hook. Portland again missing.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot.
And, you know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now, here is George. He has 5. Ibaka dishes to George. The second chance effort. Shots good by Ibaka.
We know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Right side Jones. Lillard outside. Jones up top. He's covered by Leonard. Here's Nurkic. From outside, off the mark. Clippers leading by 5. Leonard with the ball. Jones covering. Leonard inside. Working on Jones. And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. That's a 2 from Lillard. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Anthony's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Here's Anthony. Here's Cantor. Passes it to Simons. He dishes it to Powell. There's the 3. And they will call over the back on the play.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
Now, they like to fly in at the last moment rather than establish position early.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. Kennard on the wing. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Powell, no one around him. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him.
Well, you think back to DeMarcus Cousins' career. Because of his skill set on the low block, he has spent a lot of time at the foul line.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Simons. Got a piece of it. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Zubac outside for Jackson. And the layup falls.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy,
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
They've got Anthony. Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
After a promising rookie campaign a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
Lock at 6. And the layup's good off the glass. Zubac has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Three-pointer, Lillard. They get it back, and Kanter able to finish.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
The pass to Kennard. Zubac against Lillard. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Trailblazers making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Pass to Kennard. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Kanter, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, I love the attitude of Kanter. He is relentless on the offensive glass. How about that throw down?
Outside Jackson. Pass to Cousins. Here's Zubac. Back to Cousins. That shot no good. Anthony with the defensive effort. Shoots over Cousins, and too long on the shot. The Clippers in the lead. Jackson down low. He is guarded by McCollum. Kennard kicks to Cousins. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. Cousins with the bucket. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind and the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
High post, Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Simons. Kennard covering. And the shot goes in.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Outside Jackson. Zubac kicks to Kennard. With the putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got 6 points in the quarter. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 1 point. Kenny. And that should...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle. You love the work ethic he has had on display.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. Lillard from deep three-point land. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers leading by 3.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Lillard against Jackson. And it's Damian Lillard with the 3. Lillard's got 5.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
George passes to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Jackson kicks to George. 6 to shoot. Nurkic with the block. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Jackson. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Lillard dishes to Powell. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. But they get it back. To the paint, here's Nurkic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Nurkic has got it all tied up now for Portland.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
The feed to Leonard. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. Beverly wide open. Portland grabs the miss.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Powell kicks to Nurkic. Over in the corner, Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Nurkic has got 4 points this quarter.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Nobody near Leonard. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Here's Lillard. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
From deep, George. Rebound by Nurkic.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
That one goes. Count it.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Clippers trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
A clear look for George. Powell with the steal. Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Well, you love to see Norman Powell be unselfish and find an open teammate. That's pretty.
George looking over the floor. The putback. And Jones pulls it down. And here's Portland. This run now up to 13-2. And it's Lillard missing. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. George. And it's Portland with the rebound. Jones has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. George with the ball. He's picked up by Collins. George passes to Leonard. That ball's nice feed that time from George. Leonard's got 8 points.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
To the left side wing. Simons, the pass to Canada. Just 5 on the clock. Paul George with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Here's McCollum. He's got 5. To the left wing. And Portland turns it over again. For the lead. Doesn't go for him. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Trailblazers. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Powell. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got C.J. McCollum, Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Collins, and it's Simons in the point. McCollum against Kennard. Lets it go from 14. And here we go fast break. Beverly's got it. And contact on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Zubac kicks to Kennard. Passes it to Beverly. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shot clock at 5. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Portland trailing here. Cullen passes to Simons. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Rips down the breakaway slam.
The active hands in anticipation. Patrick Beverly doing Patrick Beverly-like things.
Here's Simons, defended by Beverly. Anthony left side. McCollum outside. Clock at 6. Over Kennard. McCollum no good.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
From deep. The shot's good from Kennard. Now it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
Cullen passes to Cannon. He can't get that one to fall. And the Clippers will come the other way. And he commits the intentional foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. From the top of the key, he hits the back iron and sinks the shot. George has got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. No good again that time.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Leonard the pass to George. Morris kicks to Leonard. Back to Morris. Lets it go from deep. Hits the three-point bomb. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. It's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Jackson passes to George. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Leonard. Now Nurkic. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Covington's shot is off.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And George, here we go. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Ibaka outside. Lillard against Leonard. With a step back. Buries the jump shot. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
So the Clippers with the win. They came in. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn. And
hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 2 spot. And for Brooklyn, we've got Durant, Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5. Left side, Durant. Brown finds KD. Back to Brown. 5 to shoot. Durant with a wide open look. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Jesus surprises anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it. Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rush his release a little bit.
Now here is Harris. Durant down low. Jordan. Back to KD. Harden against Powell. Fires from the corner, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It'll be a fun matchup to watch.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Here's Powell. The layup off target.
That works just like they drew it up. Until the part where he short arms the layup.
Jordan kicks to Harden. Fires from deep. Not going to go that time. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist from Covington.
Oh, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
Powell against Harden. And there it is for him.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And Brown over to help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. It's the Nets now. Harden dishes to KD. To the middle. Here's Jordan. Crafty move. Rebound by Nurkic. And stolen by Jordan. Harden outside. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's KD. Misses off the right iron. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Green, he's checked in for the Nets. And a switch here also for Portland. Anthony's checked in.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't miss words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard the pass to Powell. And the basket is good. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Kicks it to Durant. The dish to Green. Great D that time from Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The shot by Powell, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Harden scanning the floor to the inside. The kick out to Brown. Back to Green. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Joe Harris. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Collins comes in for Derek Jones. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Nets have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Green finds Dinwiddie. The kick out to Irving. Cuts off the pass. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's McCollum. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. And it's a tie ball game.
And it's encouraging whenever McCollum scores inside, proving that he's more than just a jump shooter.
Irving against McCollum. Stolen by McCollum. Here's Simons. Finished off the break.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Irving. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we...
Tie game in Brooklyn. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. When Damian Lillard's in the flow.
I think in the past, anytime I...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You know, I think they're going to be happy with how they played here early on.
Well, looking at this quarter, they should be. Another quarter like this, and they'll be riding high at halftime.
They've got Harris. Also Green out there. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Simons, the pass to Anthony. Collins trying to break free. Yep, that one goes in there.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Irving surveying the floor. Stolen by Kansas. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. The shot by Anthony, no good. So it's Brooklyn now. Throws it up high, deflects the pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. McCollum's checked in. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Anthony finds McCollum. Back to Anthony. Dinwiddie with the steal. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Well, this is what Griffin gives you. Excellent vision, excellent decision-making with the ball in his hands.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Cannon. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over Irving. The Trailblazers rebound. Passes to Simons. Offensive rebound. Cantor from downtown. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Inside, here's Griffin, and the layup is good. Now it's a 4-point Nets lead. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender, and when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Outside Irving. Takes it off the glass. Irving's got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Anthony. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And then for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Derek Jones comes in for Zach Collins. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Harden outside. Brown outside. Here's Harden on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Portland leading. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Harden. Kicks it out to Covington. No good from outside. High post, KD. Covington's there, and it goes down 2 points.
Now Durant, he's so skilled on the offensive end. He can shoot the long ball, comfortable on the block, drive to the hole, dunk over you, give you the jump hook, post game, turn around. I mean, and look.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above. That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
On the floor for Portland, Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Outside for KD. Back to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. It's good. KD's got 8 points.
He's terrific at finding an open man. I mean, good awareness from the floor, from the combo guard. Hard.
Brown against Powell. Back to Lillard. Down low. And Covington with the basket on the assist by Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. And for the Nets, they're shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Durant kicks to Brown. Pass to Harris. Here's the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Jones finds Powell. Portland moving the ball around. And Jones slams it in. And now a 3-point Trailblazer lead. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Now the feed to Jordan. And stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. Latrey. Rebound, Brooklyn. And here is Durant. 8 points for him. On the way, Harris. And the Nets miss again. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Jones. Pops in the layup for 2. Jones has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Not everything fell for him in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Harden against Powell. Harden's shot is good.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
And there's the pass to Nurkic. And good that time. Nurkic has got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Harden left side. Outside for KD. Clock at 6. And shot on the way. Again, the Nets for 2.
No, but when KD's the man running the pick and roll, good things happen. He understands the movement of his teammates, and he can read the defense like nobody else.
Passes it to Powell. Lillard outside. Nurkic finds Powell. Tips it, and Covington stays with it. Covington's got 4 points in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Powell against Harden. Feeds it to Jordan. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
And the shooting percentage Jordan records from here is insane. If you get him the ball in a good spot, he usually finishes.
Lillard fires away from way outside. The shot will not fall. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Durant dishes to Harris. On the wing, Harden. Good on the bucket. And now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
He's not just an outside threat. Harden's a player who can score from anywhere.
Here's Lillard.
And he's just so mobile for his size. That's a big part of the value Jordan has.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Trailblazers out in front, up 1. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. 3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. They've got Griffin, Kyrie Irving is out there with Green, and it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Stolen. And now Portland on the break. Shot's good by Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Dinwiddie passes to Griffin. Dinwiddie attacking. Griffin finds Dinwiddie. Now Griffin. Comes up empty down low. Outside Anthony. Takes the elbow jumper and trains it. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
And Anthony, really one of the most confident jump shooters, an elite level scorer who gets plenty of opportunities.
Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. To the inside. Claxton with the bucket.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Brown in for Dinwiddie. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. And it's Powell in for McCollum. He was all alone on that one. Anthony's got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Outside Irving. Brown outside. Wants to get it to Irving and does. Harris passes to Irving. Tries from 10. And it's in off the backboard.
Love how Irving mixes it up outside, inside. He's effective at playing to his strengths.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Simons. Outside Anthony. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Brown against Powell. Outside Green. Harris right side. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Anthony down low. Guarded by Green. Harris against Powell. Dishes to Covington. Banked in off the glass. And it's 6 points for Robert Covington.
Can't forget about Covington in these moments. He relishes any chance to knock down big shots.
Outside Irving. They get it again.
A season that with lots of playoff experience, Jordan remains calm under pressure.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Irving. A nice shot by Simons.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Irving kicks to Green. Outside Irving. That one, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Simon. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Irving passes to Brown. Now here's Irving. Defense right on him. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Are you kidding me with that pass? Okay, Kyrie, that one made my day.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Durant's checked in for the Nets. James Harden comes in for Brown. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Harden. Lillard dishes to McCollum. This one for three. Lillard misses.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks. Come on, Irving is a terrific clutch shooter. He welcomes any chance he can to sink these type of shots.
Harden against Lillard. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This win, such an... All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Nets, we've got Durant. Green is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Now here's Dinwiddie. Hey, Steve, two defensive-minded teams in the building tonight. Both are good at getting stops.
Yeah, Kevin, this is going to be one of those chess match basketball games we get a chance to see. Difference, I think, will be the team that can somehow get easy baskets will make the difference.
Here's George. Great D that time from Green.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Durant, that's good.
You can see why he loves to play in transition. You give Durant a head of steam, there's no stopping him.
Here's Beverly. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Passes it to Harden. Back to Dinwiddie. 5 to shoot.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team. You see the power right there from Kawhi, absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ. Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
Beverly against Dinwiddie. Here's Morris. Back to Beverly. Pass to Ibaka. Over Jordan. Ibaka, no luck. Nets trail by 3. Dinwiddie passes to Harden. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. And he lays it straight in. Leonard's got 7.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
KD passes to Green, and Green slams it in.
I still marvel at the guard-level skills for a player that size of Kevin Durant.
Harden against George. Lays it up off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Durant. The pass to Harden. Right side Green. Nets passing it around. Durant against Beverly. And that one's good. Durant.
And it's almost as if they knew exactly what the D was going to throw at him on that possession.
Pass to George. 56 seconds left to play here in the first. He kicks to Morris. Ibaka outside. George from deep three-point land, from beyond the arc, and then some. He has 5.
You need guys who can stretch the floor or the offense doesn't flow. Paul George is one of the best at it.
Harden the pass to Jordan, and it's blocked by Ibaka. Now the Clippers moving it up. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Irving leading the charge.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Oh, Griffin in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And Blake Griffin was pointing his finger to throw it up way high, and he went, got it, and dunked it home.
At the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Clippers lead by 3. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
We've got Brown. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Claxton in at center. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Nets trail by 3. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. No good with the triple. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. Irving drives in. Here's Griffin. And the rejection by Zubac. Kennard, the pass to Batum. No good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Inside, here's Irving. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Clippers have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. And it's blocked by Brown. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. In the corner, Irving with it. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Oh, Griffin in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Now Kennard. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And stolen by Kyrie Irving.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
Kennard for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got 6 points. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Outside Irving. 2 minutes. Now the dish to Griffin. Back to Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers leading by 4. Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by Brown. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Irving with a clean look. Gets a very good look and converts.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
Passes it to Kennard. We've got 1:08 left here in the second. Cousins inside, guarded by Harris.
Defensively, that's just too physical. I know what the man's trying to do, but Cousins is wily enough to take advantage.
For Los Angeles, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power. And George, here we go. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, and you know what's going to happen, there are going to be points put on the board.
George against Harden. Pass to Dinwiddie. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Durant up top. He's covered by Leonard. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
It looks like a toy hoop for him. KD throws down with ease.
Los Angeles shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That free throw good from George. And George drops them both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Harden scanning the floor. Over George. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at... And that'll do it.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the small forward.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Beverly finds George.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Harden outside. All sorts of time. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And finished off by Leonard.
Pushing the action. Always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Harden against George. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from James Harden. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. The pass to George. Leonard with the ball. Defended by Durant, and it's Leonard missing. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Leonard with the steal. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Looking for George. He gets it there. That shot off the mark.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off. And sometimes that's all it takes.
Pass to Ibaka. Dishes it to Leonard. Outside, George. Corner shot. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
Harden outside. Back to Jordan. George against Harden. Here's Jordan. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. That one on George.
You really have to hit DeAndre if you want to prevent him from scoring sometimes. He is just so strong down there in the paint.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. To the middle, here's Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
1:36 left in the third. Out to Harris. Back to Irving. Chalk up 2 there.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Morris outside. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Man passes to Batum. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Irving finds Griffin. Irving against Jackson. Pass to Claxton. Brown with the bounce pass. Irving passes to Griffin. Here's Claxton, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the third. Pass to Zubac. Now Kennard. Back to Zubac. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin grabs the board.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
On the wing, Harris. The Nets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And it's tied up with that one. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Here's Jackson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Kennard for 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's Brown. Then there's Green. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Irving passes to Claxton. Irving looking for an opening. 4 on the clock. The shot's good from Griffin.
Look at the body control after drawing the bump. Griffin still an elite athlete.
Outside, Batum. There's the pass to Zubats. Back to Batum. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Irving kicks to Brown. Back to Irving. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Zubats. The Clippers trail. And here's Kennard. Rebounded by the Nets. Brown's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Ball stolen. Here's Batum. And he gets the bucket. Batum's got 4 points in the quarter.
One of the best passers at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
Here's Irving. Pass to Claxton. Back to Irving. Outside Griffin. Passes it to Irving. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. And stolen by Harris. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving's got the ball. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Dinwiddie outside. 5 on the clock. Green dishes to Dinwiddie. Beyond the arc. Jordan. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 1.
A season vet with lots of playoff experience. Jordan remains calm under pressure.
Leonard on the wing. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the final quarter. Takes it out to Dinwiddie. Back to Durant. Two points. That one goes.
He keeps a low profile, but make no mistake, KD lives for the big shot.
George passes to Leonard. Durant with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. And Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Green. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets. George with the ball. Kicks it to Beverly. Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Brooklyn. Giving up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Pass to Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so the coach's challenge has been issued. Post game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call,
You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Ron Lewis talk to the team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the pass to Durant. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 5. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. George with no one around. Good!
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Irving from long range. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players final. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Damian Lillard out there with Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Jones. And it's Covington in at the 4. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. Now here's Jackson. High post Ibaka over Jones. No good on his first attempt of the game.
You almost have to assume he's going to know. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Jackson with the bounce pass. Here's Leonard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Here's Jackson following the score by Damian Lillard. First quarter, just over a minute played. Leonard kicks to Ibaka. Portland grabs the miss. Covington with it. Guarded now by Morris. Elbow shot. Misses off the left iron. The drive by Jackson. Pass to Morris. Shoots from the corner. Lillard with the rebound.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be. Oh, yes, sir.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's Jackson. Portland making their last shot. Here's Morris. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Nobody near Lillard. Drops in the tray. Lillard's got 5 now.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
To the paint. Here's Morris looking to end the run. Trying to get open as Ibaka. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Lillard from outside, stolen by George. And here they come. Kept alive. Back to Ibaka. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Here's Leonard. That shot missing. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's Jones. Count the basket. He has 6.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Now, here's George. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Morris with the ball. Now Covington defending. From deep, George. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Like how Paul George right now is reading the defense like a Sunday paper, has a good feel as to when to fire from distance.
Lillard, right side. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard scanning the floor. From deep three-point range. Covington trying to break free. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
George against Powell. George passes to Ibaka. George dishes to Morris. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Leonard. There's the triple. Rebounded by Covington.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
I mean, I don't know. Does he look a couple steps slow today? He needs to shake that off and get into the zone and get on the scoreboard.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Here's Powell. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Portland. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but
when I'm training in the summer,
the team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Luke Kennard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Zubac. Kennard. That shot off. Excellent D from Cancer. Down low. Out to Anthony. Tries it from 19. They grab their own miss. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You can't allow that much separation, even as the pass is coming his way. Try and crowd Carmelo as best you can.
Here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. The pass to Zubac. Now here's Kennard. Over Collins. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Here's Simons. Back to McCollum. He kicks it to Carmelo. McCollum left side. Here's Simons. Rebound by the Clippers. And here's Batum. And he gets it to go. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. The steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target from outside. Portland leading by 10. Collins passes to Anthony. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Carmelo really has great footwork down low, showing off the feel right there when he gets near the paint.
Pass to Zubac. Now here's Beverly. D right on him. Just 5 on the clock. Lays it up and banks it in. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Cousins inside, covered by Anthony. Cousins, no good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. That's their third straight make off an assist.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Beverly. The rebound by Simons. Trailblazers leading by 14. Right side, Collins. Pass to Simons. It's McCollum on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
32 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Beverly on the wing, but two. Back to Beverly. Kennard for three. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. That will count. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so, all right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, and he doesn't get talked about that much, but Yusuf Nurkic, big. And that's.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Leonard. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's Kawhi pushing the action all by himself there, attacking inside and starting to take charge.
Powell against George. Powell kicks to Lillard. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Off target with the open look.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Marcus Morris. Lillard right side. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Leonard. Sweet move. Outside for George. Ibaka right side. And Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless. And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Kawhi Leonard. Jackson against Lillard. Nurkic, great positioning on the putback.
they continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Jackson passes to Leonard. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Nice open look, but it's no good. Trailblazers leading by 11. Jones. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Here's Rondo after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. It's stolen by Jones. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Drains the jumper to finish the break. Lillard's got 7.
Well, 1 make and 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
Rondo on top, covered by Lillard to stop the run, and Rondo finishes inside. Rondo's got his first bucket in this one.
Embracing the hit on the way up. Rondo hard to take down. Even when he gets bodied up a little bit, the balance stays there.
The Trailblazers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Zach Collins subbed in for Derek Jones. Trailblazers leading by 17. And Lillard gets it to go.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. From down in the low post, it goes. He has 5.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Trailblazers have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
Well, Melo undoubtedly still the leader of this team in terms of when they need to calm it down and they need some offense. He's the guy they're going to look to score it.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Kennard for 3. From deep. And no good. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Portland taking a 19-point. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Rajon Rondo. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Powell dishes to Anthony. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Rondo playing with great energy right now, putting the defense in some very difficult spots.
Kanter, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell. Portland leading by 19 points. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Over Kennard. And the basket by McCollum.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Kennard against Covington. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. And it's denied. Now Kennard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Robert Covington picks one up.
Clearly a foul.
Jackson, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And Portland with the change here too. Lillard's checked in. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. Passes it to Covington. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Lillard against Jackson. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Lillard misses. Clippers trail by 19. Taken away by Anthony. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Kennard for 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Lillard against Jackson. Jacks up a 3. And it's Lillard again missing.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Shots good by Kennard.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Now, here's Lillard from deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Yeah, Damian Lillard, this is some Oaktown response. You make one, I got you back.
Kennard for 3. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Kennard against McCollum. Outside Anthony. Shoots over Batum. The shot by Anthony, no good. Clippers trail by 18. Jackson drives in, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
McCollum outside. Left side, Covington. Kicks to Lillard. Deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Trailblazers.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Lillard.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Leonard, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Georgia subbed in for Luke Kennard. Portland also making some changes. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for Anthony.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
On offense, here are the Clippers. They trail by 16. A deep 3 from Leonard. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Man, to think that he was going to be capable of those kind of shots when he first came into the league, even from way downtown. Love the confidence from Kawhi.
It's stolen by Jones. To the middle. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Well, that's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
It's stolen by Jones. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
Thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Jordan in at the 5. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Powell. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in at the point. Now, here is Harden. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what?
Wow.
Well, Kevin Durant with a little crafty creativity. KD at the rim.
Lillard against Harden. Lillard, the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Takes the 13-footer, and he connects with the jumper.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now, here is Harden. Back to Jordan. Left side, KD. 5 on the clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. That one good for 2.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Passes to Powell. The shot by Lillard wide open. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 5.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Stolen by Harden. In transition, here come the Nets. Lobs it up for Jordan. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
DeAndre Jordan, simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
Harden against Lillard. Pass to Covington. Lillard against Harden. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 7.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
A nice shot by Harris.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard surveying the D. Here's Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Here's Nurkic. A rebound by the Nets. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Now, here's Nurkic. Dishes it to Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins game, assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Harden against Powell. Lobs it up for Jordan. Nurkic with the steal. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Over Harris. Jones, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Lillard against Durant. Poked away. 6 on the shot clock. From 17 feet out. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. KD's got his second basket of the game. Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard outside. And another 3 for Portland.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
2 for 1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Harden up top. Guarded by Powell. For 3, Harris. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Here's Lillard, and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Goes up, and KD throws it down.
Boy, if you allow Kevin Durant to play in space, in transition, you can turn the lights out.
Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
How about the fast hands and lateral quickness of Norman Powell to get with his man and contest shots? That's good.
Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from...
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Griffin. Green is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. Collins up top. McCollum outside. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's McCollum. Got it from 16 feet.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick-and-roll option.
Dinwiddie with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The rebound by Simons.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's McCollum. Got a piece of it, and they get it back. Here's Cantor. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And McCollum the bucket on the assist from Enes Kanter. McCollum's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers. On the wing, Irving. Pass to Claxton. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 6. Oh, Griffin in position. It's deflected.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. And a change for the Nets. Joe Harris is checked in for Blake Griffin. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Back to McCollum. Lillard outside. Up again, and Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Now the pass to Harris. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Well, more and more that mid-range game becoming something you've got to deal with when guarding Enes Kanter.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. 1:25 left in the first half. And here's Harden. The kick out to Brown. Now Harden. He dishes it to Jordan. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Well, that's interesting. Out in space, the defender challenging DeAndre Jordan's shot. Makes some contact, but it doesn't bother him.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons for the three. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Here's KD. He's got 6. There's the feed to Jordan. Outside for Durant. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. The Trailblazers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Lillard with it, and it's Harden picking him up and stolen by Jordan. Outside, KD. The kick out to Brown. Back to Durant. In the corner, it's Harris. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Harris has got 5 now.
Well, catch and shoot. Is that Joe Harris's specialty? I think it is.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They ended the period holding on. And
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
We've got Robert Covington. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Now here's Durant. 6 points for him.
Well, those jumpers, they might as well be layups for Kevin Durant. That's his comfort zone.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 3-point game.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Lillard outside. Yep, that one goes.
You know, they work the ball into ideal position there to get the high-quality look.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Harden bounce pass. High post, KD. Covington's there. Brown finds Durant. Just 4 to shoot. And here is Jordan. Shoots over Nurkic. A shot by Jordan, no good. And now here comes Jones leading the break. That's a 2 from Lillard. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And part of what makes Dame special, he can pour it in working off the ball. Rare to see a point guard who finds points without the rock in their hands.
Harden up top. Shoots over Powell. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 6.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
And a deep three from Lillard. Lillard again missing.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
Harris kicks to Harden. Passes it to Durant. It's Brown on the wing. Durant against Covington. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's just a pretty pass. Kevin Durant carrying the scoring load when he has to, but boy, can he get others involved.
Harden against Lillard. To the inside. Launches a three. And it's Lillard again missing.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Jones is running. And the basket is good. And yes, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Dinwiddie outside. The kick out to Irving. Good on the triple. Irving's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
Now, don't sleep on Kyrie Irving's perimeter game. Yes, he can get inside and score at will, but boy, you better check that jumper.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Simons. Here's Cancer. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
But to me, guys, you've got to know who you are. And Enes Kanter has a great sense of what he does well. Excellent low post game, superb rebounder, understands how to use his body. I love this guy.
Dinwiddie with it. Pass to Claxton. Here's Green. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Brooklyn leading by 6. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. Durant is out there with Green. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in its shooting guard. Irving passes to Harris. Back to Irving. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lobs it up for Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Oh, the pass was perfect, and Carmelo just finishes with style.
Outside Irving. Harris up top. Feeds to Green. Stolen by Collins. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Over Durant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, great scorers just have that knack. Get inside, it's either a bucket or a trip to the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one. Brooklyn making some changes. Griffin comes in for Joe Harris. And Nicholas Claxton subbed in for Kevin Durant.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Irving drives in. Here's Griffin. Back to Irving. Inside. And Griffin scores. The assist by Irving. And the Nets lead by 4.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Pass to Anthony. And Anthony gets double teamed. There's the pass to Simons. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Green passes to Claxton. Irving against McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The offensive rebound, Claxton. Outside Irving. Off target with his 3.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Passes it to Claxton. Now here's Griffin. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Damian Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harden's checked in. He feeds it to Griffin. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Portland with a new 14. McCollum kicks to Lillard. From deep three-point range, drills it from outside. Lillard's got 19 points.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Harden right side. Pass to Claxton. Harden surveying the D. The feed now to Griffin. And now Portland on the break. Anthony leading the charge. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Nets leading by 3. Claxton the pass to Irving. Oh, Griffin in position.
And you can see how the team rallies around Griffin in these situations. And their faith is not misplaced. He plays with such heart.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. And another 3 for Portland. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. And here's Harden. Pass to Green. Here's Irving. Feeds it to Griffin. In the corner, Harden. And Cantor pulls it down. Portland's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's McCollum. Anthony trying to get open. It falls! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there. Harden against Lillard. Harden outside. The pass to Claxton. Harden up top. Top of the key jumper, no good. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul. On defense, Brooklyn. Now Lillard. 5 to shoot. Count it!
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 2. 1 second left in the 4th. Guys, what do you think?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, that they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
Durant for 3. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.